another beautiful day, and it's time for us to look at our calendar. Okay, remember that to find today's date, we're going to think about yesterday, which was the 26th, and count one forward. So if yesterday was the 26th, what is one more than 26? 27! Today is the 27th. I'm going to add that to our calendar, and then we're going to talk about how we make that number with our place value. All right, so yesterday we looked at the number 26. That is not today's date. Today is the 27th. Now, when we think about the number 27, how many do we have in our tens place? We have a 2. Remember, all of our numbers in the 20 have a 2 in the tens place, which tells us that 2 full 10 frames would be, that we would use 2 full 10 frames to build this number. We would use 10, 20, 10, and then 10 more is 20. Now, yesterday, with the number 6, we had 6 cubes left over. But now, in our ones position, we have a 7. So I need to add one more cube. Now, I don't have enough to make a full 10 frame, so that means that I have 7 leftover little blocks in my ones position. And that's how we would create the number 27. 2 in the tens place to show 20, and 7 more, 7 in the ones place. 20 and 7 is 27. Now we know about the date, let's talk about the month. We're going to begin with our months of the year song. January, February, March, and April, May, June, July, and August, September, October, November, December. These are the months of the year. And what month are we in right now? That's right, we're in the month of January, the first month of the year. So if we want to write the date, we're going to start with that month, January, and add in our date, the 27th. And what year is it? 2021. Nice job. And we can do the same thing with our number date. We start with that 1 because it's the first month of the year. Add in that 27 because it's the 27th day of the month. And it is the year 2021. Nice work, everyone. I think we're ready to move on to our days of the week. All right, let's talk about our days of the week. We're going to begin with our song, and we'll start with Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, toast, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the days of the week. Or we could do it this way. 2 weekends and 5 weekdays, showing our different hidden partners for 7. Now let's talk about what yesterday was. Yesterday was our second day of the week, so it was Tuesday. Yesterday was Tuesday. Now, if yesterday was Tuesday, that means that today is Wednesday, right in the middle of the week. Wednesday. Now, if today is Wednesday, what will tomorrow be? That's right, tomorrow will be Thursday. Now, listen to the word Thursday. Thursday. Thursday starts with the letter T, but do you hear that t sound at the beginning? Not really. That's because the word Thursday has a TH blend at the beginning. When the letter T is followed by an H, when there's an H next to it, instead of saying t, we say th, like in the word thumb or in the word thank you. So Thursday has that TH blend, which instead of making it sound like Tuesday, it sounds like Thursday. That's just a little quick tidbit. Now we're ready to do our weather. Let's begin with our weather song. What's the weather? What's the weather? What's the weather like today? Tell me, kinder, what's the weather? What's the weather like today? Okay, ooh, it has been pretty chilly. Don't you guys think? It looks a little bit cloudier out today. Looks cloudy out, and it is still pretty chilly. Not as warm as it has been, but That's pretty fitting weather for a winter season. Remember, we're still in the season of winter for another month or so. So we gotta hunker down and then get to warmer days. Okay, let's check out what our number and letter of the day are going to be. Okay, it looks like we got number 4 and letter R. Let's go back to our boards and work on those. Okay, so we start with number 4. Number 4. Now, what are some different hidden partners we can use to make 4? What are some different ways we can make 4? Let's see. I have 4 here. Now, I have 4 green blocks. Do I have any other color blocks? Nope. So that means that I can make 4 with 4 and 0. That's one way that we can make 4. Let's try another way. What happens if I take one of these blocks and put them in my other hand? Now I have one group of 3 and one group of 1. Very good. So 3 and 1 is another way that I can make 4. Let's do one more. Now this time I'm going to take 2 from my stack of 4, and I'm going to have 2 in one hand and 2 in my other hand. So that means that 2 and 2 are also hidden partners of 4. Nice job! Those were some good ways that we could make 4. Let's move on to our letter of the day. Now, our letter of the day was letter R. Letter R is made with straight and curvy lines. So I'm going to begin with a straight line down from my strawberry to my chocolate line. So straight line down. Now my next step is I'm going to go back to the top of my line, and I'm going to make a curvy line between my strawberry and my vanilla line. Just like this. Curvy line. Now my last step is I'm going to make a diagonal line sliding down from my vanilla line to my chocolate line. Just like this. Now I'm going to try and do that without lifting up my pen as many times. So I'm going to go straight line down, then I'm going to go back to the top, curve out and down. So see, that time I didn't lift up my pen. I went like, after I went down, I traced my line back up and then curved out and diagonal line down. Straight line down, back up, curve out and down. Just like that. Now let's move on to lowercase. When we make our lowercase r, we're going to start with a straight line down, but this time it's going to be from the vanilla line to the chocolate line. So I'm going to start with that. Now my next step is I'm going to make a little curvy, just a little like teeny tiny rainbow, just a little bit up my line to the vanilla line. Just like that, just like a little arc. But again, I don't want to lift my pen up, so what I'm going to do is go down and then go right back up and just do my little arc. Go down, go right back up and do my little arc. Down, right back up, little arc. Down, right back up, little arc. One more. Down, right back up with my little arc. And there's our uppercase and lowercase letter R. Now letter R says rrr, rrr. Kind of sounds like a motorcycle. Rrr, rrr, rrr. And one thing that begins with that sound is rainbow. Rainbow. To make a rainbow, I need a few colors. So I'm going to start with pink. Here's my pink part of my rainbow. And then I want to add some purple. And I'll finish it off with some blue. Usually I would try and use all the colors, but unfortunately I don't have all the colors markers here. So just going to do those colors and then add some clouds. And there is my rainbow for letter R. Nice work! I hope that you also were able to practice your letter R and your hidden partners for number 4 today. Let's move on to our journal. Okay, so today we are continuing our discussion on where we live. Yesterday we focused on our city. Today we're going to zoom out a little bit and focus on our state. I loved reading all the things you all loved about your city. A lot of you mentioned that you liked the beaches. I saw some mentions of museums where you can either go and learn about science or dinosaurs. I saw people say the parks, the basketball courts at the parks, your favorite places like places to play in or places to shop. There were lots of great answers. Some of you mentioned that the mountains are nearby and you enjoy going to them. They were really awesome, and I'm excited to hear specifically what we all love about our state. So we're going to dive right into learning about our state and get some ideas for what we want to journal about. The first thing I want to show you is how we see our city on a map. Now here is our city. You can't see it very well, but it says Los Angeles. And oftentimes, when you see a city on a map, it's going to show like a little circle. That circle is a little pointer to show you this is where the city is. Let's watch where that circle goes as we zoom out of the map, as we zoom out, as we go farther away from the city. So we zoomed out, and here's our little dot. You'll notice there's even a dot on the map itself, but I'm just drawing it in to make it a little bit bigger. That is our city. Now, our city is part of a state. I'm going to show a little bit more of our state so you can see just how big it is. Now here, they put a red dot where our city is. Oftentimes, cities are shown with dots on a map. So here, we see a few cities. I'm going to trace the outline of our state here so that you can see it a little bit better. That whole thing here is our state. And that red dot right there, that's our city, Los Angeles. Now, when we zoom out, we see that Los Angeles is a part of the state of California. California is next to, what's all this blue stuff? The ocean is next to the Pacific Ocean, and we have states around us as well. We have Arizona, Nevada, and Oregon. Those are other states around us. And we live in the red dot. We live in the city, again, which is a part of the state of California. There are lots of other cities in our state that maybe you've been to. Sacramento, San Francisco, San Jose, San Diego. Those are all examples of other big cities in our state. Let's hear a little bit more about our state. This book is called California, and you'll notice it has a big bridge on it. This is called the Golden Gate Bridge, and it's in another city called San Francisco. Maybe you've seen it before. Let's explore California. California is in the western United States. This is the United States. That's the country we're a part of. We're going to talk about the country tomorrow. Being in the western part means that if we look at a compass, which tells us north, east, south, and west, our state is on the west side of the country. The Pacific Ocean is to the west. California shares its southern border, the bottom part of the state towards the south, with Mexico. California is the third largest state. So that means we're a pretty big state. It's the third biggest state in the whole country. California has several, that means many, cities that are among the biggest in the United States. Sacramento is the capital. Every state has a capital. That's where all of the government buildings, where they work on laws and important rules for our state, take place. Los Angeles is the largest city in the state. Hey, that's our city, so we live in a really large city. San Francisco, San Jose, and San Diego are other large cities in California. I wonder if you've been to any of those cities. California has forests, mountains, valleys, and deserts. So that's a pretty special thing about our state. We have a lot of different land or landscapes. We have deserts where it's really hot. We have mountains where it snows. We have valleys full of lots of land that's good for farming. And we have forests that have some of the largest trees in the world. Pretty awesome. California's state tree is the California redwood. Redwood trees are the tallest trees in the world. They usually grow 200 to 300 feet tall. The poppy is the state flower. It has golden yellow petals. And the quail is the state bird. Look at these trees. They are so tall. Here's a person right here. Look at how small that person is compared to those big trees. So that's something really special about our state. It has some really, really cool wildlife. California has many exciting places to see. Disneyland is a popular place. People also like to visit the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. Remember, that was that red bridge that was right on the cover of our story. California also has many theaters that show plays. Many people visit Los Angeles to explore Hollywood, which is a center for television and movies. Hey, that's in our city. So that's another kind of interesting thing about our city. A lot of people will live or work in Los Angeles to work in film or movies. Something else really special about our state is that we have many beautiful national parks. National parks are parts of the land in our state, in our country, that are protected by the government because they're really special and beautiful and have really amazing wildlife that we can visit. One of these national parks is called Yosemite. This is in California. It's a little bit north of us, so it's not as warm there, but you can see some beautiful scenery there and do some hiking. So this is Yosemite National Park. It is a little bit closer to us. This one is Joshua Tree National Park. This has really cool trees called Joshua trees, and it's more of a desert environment. Here's another national park. This is called Sequoia National Park. And look at how big this tree is. This is big enough for a car to drive under there, to drive under that tree. It has some beautiful, really tall sequoia trees, just like those redwoods we were talking about. Another type of very, very big, tall tree that would be beautiful to see. This is called Death Valley National Park. The reason it's called Death Valley is because it is in the middle of the desert. It's one of the hottest places on earth. Very, very hot there in the summer especially. And it is a complete desert environment. You can see the sand dunes and some mountains behind it. So very different than like Sequoia or Redwood or Yosemite, where it's not as hot and there's lots of greenery. Completely different, but pretty cool that it's still in the same state. So we have a very special state because we have so many different types of land, so many national parks to visit, beaches we can visit. We have Hollywood where people are working in TV. And it's one of the biggest states in the country with lots of major cities. So all very special things about our very own state of California. We're going to go back to our journal now and write about some of these things. So now we have our sentence beginning. My favorite part of my state is, and I think that my favorite part is all the national parks. Maybe your favorite part is the coastline. Maybe your favorite part is the mountains. Maybe your favorite part are the cities. Maybe you like going to other big cities like San Francisco or San Diego. Maybe you like going camping. There are so many things that we can do in our state that are not just in our city. And one of my favorite things to do is visit the national parks. So I'm going to say my favorite part of my state is visiting the national parks. And it is a name, so I'm using uppercase letters for national and parks. So that's my quick sketch, just showing you what you could do and giving you some ideas for your journal today. All right, I can't wait to see what you all love about our state of California. Okay, I'm so sorry I forgot our awards yesterday. I have 2 awards for each of our platforms today, so stick around. All right, well, it is time to give out our awards, and today our Smarty Ant Award is going to 2 students who over the last 2 days I saw doing Smarty Ants, and I heard them reading, Miss Mia and Mr. Emiliano. Mia, I heard you reading about Chet the Chimp, and it sounded so good, and Emiliano, I heard you reading about Sam and his van, and it was so good. I loved how you guys didn't give up and you got through those tough words. Way to go, you guys. Keep up the awesome work. Our next award is the Redbird Award, and today it is going to Oliver and Jaden. These students have been working on Redbird, and they've been hitting some hard lessons and getting through them and making sure to not give up if things are tough, and I love that. So Great job, Oliver and Jaden. Keep up the great work. And our last award today is the Dreambox Award. And the Dreambox Award is going to Andre and Camila. Andre, I saw you completed so many lessons. Great job. Keep up the awesome work. And Miss Camila has been going on consistently for 30 minutes a day. Thank you, Camila. Keep up the awesome work. You are all so great. And everybody, keep up the great work with your platforms. It's going to teach us so much. And I'll check in tomorrow with more awards. See you later. Bye.